Hello friends, in this video let's talk about how to do the installation of MySQL on a Windows 10 machine actually. So currently I am planning to show you the installation part on my personal PC which contains Windows 10 and the current my system RAM is 16 GB RAM. So it automatically works actually. Okay, so the minimum requirements is of 4 GB RAM, so you can go with the 4 GB RAM even. So as I mentioned in the previous session, so it is one of the most famous open source relational database management system. So you can directly go to the MySQL authorized website and you can directly download from there and you can do the installation. It is a self-explanatory and easy installation. So you can do the installation on your own without any help actually, even as a beginner. So let me clearly show you how to download and how to do the installation. So let's go to the browser, so any browser, and search for a MySQL download. So when you type for MySQL free download or for Windows 10, okay, so by default the first link comes from a MySQL website only. It's an authorized website. So you can see that it came in the first, so mysql.com downloads. So this is a root one. Under that you have a MySQL installer 8.0.29 and you have MySQL community server, so MySQL workbench and developer zone and so on. So we'll talk about what is workbench, what is a community server and all one by one in the later sessions. So you can directly click on this MySQL installer. So you will be redirected to a place where you can download this MSI. Otherwise you can go to the authorized website here. Even that links takes you to that place only. So here you will be getting like this. So under that, like so you can read out what exactly is happening in the MySQL nowadays. So here you can see the MySQL heat wave and all. So we'll talk about slowly in the later sessions, not in the beginning sessions. So let's quickly click on MySQL community GPL downloads. So there you have a couple of options like so there are multiple connectors and so on. So here you have MySQL installer for Windows. Let's click on it. So once you click on it, obviously, so you'll be getting like this. So MySQL installer 8.0.29 and select the operating system for Windows. So even I need for Windows only. So let's select this and you have two options here. So Windows x86 32-bit MSI installer, installer web community, and this is installer community. So you can download any one, like if you have internet you can download this one and you can go for it. It is 2.3 megabytes MB and this is 439. So let's download this one for quick installation. Or if you have internet and all and it doesn't give any problem during the installation, you can click on it and you can progress it. So I clicked on it. Once you click on it, so once you click on it, you will be redirected to this place actually. So it asks for the login now or sign up for a free account. So if you want to log in, if you have existing Oracle web account, you can do it. Otherwise, you can sign up for a free Oracle web account. So there is no harm in doing that. Otherwise, if you don't want to create Oracle free web accounts, you can directly click on no thanks, just start my download. So if you click on it, see it automatically starts downloading in the browser. Actually you can see at the bottom. So I just downloaded for the sake of installation. Otherwise it takes a couple of minutes, 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So I just kept ready in the download the software here. So in a place where I can easily think actually. So let's so now let's double click on it. It's actually when you get MSI, so it's easily you can directly double click on it. So once you double click on it, so even I'm doing for the first time on my Windows machine. So as I mentioned, it's a self-explanatory one. So let's click on yes. You get a kind of pop-up and ask for do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Obviously yes. So once you say yes, you get this window. So MySQL installer 1.6 and here you will be getting the default first window like this, choosing a setup type. Either you want developer default, server only, client only, full or custom. So it's now you need to decide what do you want actually on your system or in your server. So if you want to practice, if you want to do full length practice, then better to go for a full. So it includes everything. Or if you want to only server, you want only client, you want the customize, you want to custom, you can do that. You want to customize the installation, you can do it. So let's click on I selected full because I need it for practice and perfection actually. So and this is my personal PC. Okay, let's click on full and click on next. So once you click on next, so ideally it checks for the requirement. So here since it is a full one, it required Python 8 connector or / Python 8.0.29, and yeah, it required Python 3.7 or 3.8 or 3.9 or 3.10. So these are the current Python versions which is running in the market actually. If you see in the Python side, currently this Python is not installed on my PC. It is showing actually. So let's click on next. So here you do not need to do anything actually. It was telling you can attempt to resolve the requirement using the information provided. You can read out this one. Okay, currently it is not installed. Okay, let's click on next. So yeah, I'll say yes. So and here it is showing like what are all the components I'm planning to do as a part of this installation is MySQL Server 8.0.29, MySQL Workbench 8.0.29, Visual Studio for MySQL 1.2.10 and MySQL Shell. So connector ODBC, connector CPP, connector J, connector net, MySQL documentation, samples and examples. So it's ready to install now. So once all you are happy, so you can click on execute. So once I click on execute, it might take a while to do the configuration and all. So let me try to show you everything in a single video so that it will be easy for you to do at your place. I just clicked on execute. So you can see the progress actually. So 50, 60, 70% and so on. So let me, yeah, it's the MySQL Server 8.0.29 completed. Now it's currently the Workbench is running, and next Visual Studio and Shell and router and so on actually. It takes a while, maybe a couple of minutes. Please bear with me. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the progress now here. Workbench completed, and Visual Studio currently it is executing now. You can see the details here at the bottom. So what exactly it is doing, where exactly it is getting installed. Currently it is going in C program files. So it's a default directory actually. You can change if you don't want to go in a C drive. Some people sometimes they don't want in the C drive. So that's the reason why you can do that. Now the shell is running now, next router and so on. So yeah, it takes a while to do that actually. Yeah, so it just completed all the components if you see here. So all workbench, documentation, samples and examples also we got as a part of this. So once you all complete with all the complete status, you can you see that, then let's click on next. So once you click on next, like you will be seeing a product configuration. So you can see here MySQL server 8.0.29 ready to configure, MySQL router 8.0.29 ready to configure, and samples and example. Okay, let's click on next. So once you click on next here, so you'll be seeing a config type, a developer computer or like a development computer, server computer, dedicated computer. I'll go with the development computer, and you will be seeing TCP/IP protocol of 3306, 3306, and X protocol port of 33060, and open window firewall ports for network access. And here you can see pipe name is MySQL and memory name is MySQL. So I'll go with the default port actually. So if you want to change to a different port, you can do that. So I'm okay with a default port. So this is a very important aspect actually for every server. So either in SQL side or Teradata side, Oracle side and all. So the default port for this is 3306, and the port numbers might be different for different RDBMS. So once you're all okay with this configuration window, now let's click on next actually. So here in the next, like you can see, use authentication method. Use strong password encryption for authentication. Use a legacy authentication or some whatever the option you want. So here it is recommended. You can go for it. like a password encryption for authentication. So when if you want to log into the MySQL by any time, like you need to do the, means not you, like a server automatically manages the encryption and all. So let's click on next. So once you click on next, like by default, the root user will be added to the MySQL server. So you need to configure a password for this. So you need to put a kind of some standard standard in the sense you need to create a password by following standards actually. So let me quickly put a password here which satisfies the rules. Let me try. Okay, let me see here. Let me try. I'm not sure so or not. Let me try. Okay, so password strength is medium. That's okay. It's good actually. Okay, so now I want to add one more user. Current user also I want to add. Let's click on add user. Okay, so username, it asks for the username and it asks for the credentials actually. Okay, so let me create separately later actually. Otherwise, okay, if you want to add as a DB admin or something like that, you can set up the role and all. So let me click on cancel now. If you want to add currently now only, you can add. Otherwise, you can do it because since you already have a root user with you, which is having a super admin permissions, okay, with you. So let's click on next. So here again, like so Windows service, like obviously yes, the service name is MySQL 80. If you want to change the name of the service, it runs in the background actually. Okay, so, and it runs with the standard system account. Every Windows service need to run with some account. So I'm going with the standard system account only. So let's click on next. So it says like a configuration steps, writing configuration file and all. So you need to execute it automatically, do actually whatever is required. Let's click on execute. Yeah, it might take a while sometimes, but yeah, it is creating required configuration in the background for us. So once all is done, then it's ready to use. So let's yeah, it's done now. So let's click on finish it. So now here this configuration is completed. If you want to configure router, it's up to us. Like let me try the next again. So this is the router one. Okay. Ideally we don't need bootstrap and all now. Let's go with the finish. Okay, not needed actually. So samples and example is not required. Let's click on ready to. This is not required anyway for us. Next. Okay, so now this is a thing actually connect to a server. It's checking for now. You can check how server is configured in a perfect way or not. You can check even now now itself. Either username is root by default here. So password, whatever the password I gave, I need to provide here. Okay, so I can click on check here. So once I click on check, if it is the password is correct and it establishes the connection, then it says here connection succeeded and next button will be enabled here. Let's click on next. So once I click on next, obviously yes, it checks checking if there are any features installed that need a configuration. Running script, like it automatically checks actually. Okay, let's click on execute it. It automatically checks and it installs whatever is required. It's done. All scripts also executed and all. You can see configuration for samples and examples 8.0.29 was successful. Click finish to continue. Click on finish. Now here you can see it. Now again let's click on next. So here its installation complete. You can put it as a finish. Again you can see some thing as well. Client tabs, MySQL shell, MySQL router and cluster and all you can see here. Okay, installation procedure has been completed. You can see start MySQL workbench after setup, MySQL shell after setup. So currently it is all done. If I click on it, the two workbench and shell will be popped up actually. So since it was selected, if I don't do this, now if I click on finish, it won't pop up. This is how we do the installation on a Windows PC. So I did the full complete installation which contains a shell, workbench, everything. Okay, but when you're working in a specific project or a specific customer, you do not need a server at your place, or you do not need a full complete software. You might be needing only specific components actually. So based on the need, you need to decide the thing actually. So that's all about it. So please do let me know if you have any questions on the MySQL server or any RDBMS in the comment section. I'll try to answer as soon as possible. In the next videos, we'll try to cover the next level topics. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more technical videos. Thank you.